All right, so welcome to the fourth and final video in the series. Congratulations on making it this far. I am excited to share this one with you because this is about implementation, and this is by far the most important video in the entire thing. But the problem with that is you wouldn't be able to apply and actually implement the stuff we're talking about had you not gone through the other three videos. And so if for whatever reason you just found a way to skip right here and you're like, I just want the secret sauce, you got to go back to the other videos because those are critically important to this video. And this is the where the magic is made. So this is turning ideas into action. Now, we covered a lot about what a marketing agency is. We talked about the path to success and what that could look like for you. I went through the different ways you can get clients. I showed you how you can take payments and how you can set up your legal company structure. Now let's talk about how you can put all this together and start getting results as soon as possible. Now, I've got this formula I've created. It's called the 1-3-5 formula. Now, the idea is simple. It's an effective approach to turning ideas into action and achieving massive results. So the way it works is by focusing your efforts on just one big goal, 3 medium-sized tasks, and 5 small tasks that you do each day. So start by defining, by the way, this works whether you want to use the 1-3-5 formula for some big objective of your life, some big goal for a 5-year period, something you want to do in a 1-year period, a month, a week, a day. And so if you use the system in every single instance, right, we're going to use the system to plan your business and growing this business for you. But you can use the same system on a day-to-day basis. Here's the one big thing I'm trying to accomplish today. Here's the 3 medium tasks that go into it and the 5 things I'm going to do. So in order to start, you have to just define what that big goal for the day, the week, the month is. And this should be the priority you want to achieve. Now, once you define that, you list out 3 medium-sized tasks that help you get closer to that goal. These tasks should be substantial enough to make an impact, but manageable enough to be completed in a day. And then you add 5 smaller tasks to your list. These are things that you want to keep simple and they're quick to complete. Really, they're going to serve to keep you productive and moving forward. Now, by focusing on just one big goal and breaking it down into smaller, manageable tasks, you can make steady progress towards your objectives, increase your productivity, and over time, you'll see massive results. So here's the first part of this, application part A. Take your big goal. Let's go ahead and let's define the main objective for starting your agency. Now, this could be you want to launch an agency within 6 months. Or maybe you want to acquire 10 clients within your first year of operating. So let's go ahead. We're going to do this right now together. This isn't a, hey, I'm going to just watch this and learn. Like, there's a few simple application and things we're going to be practicing right now. And I need you guys to play along with me for a minute here. I need you to play along and actually do this. And so if you don't do this, you're not going to get much out of this, okay? And if you do it, now we're putting pen to paper and we're turning the ideas and the vision into a reality, making it real so we can actually create it, okay? And so here's what we're going to do. You're going to write my business blank by blank, or you can choose one of these two, or I have generated blank by blank, okay? So, for example, my business has generated my first client in 2 weeks from now. Ideally, you put a date on it. I put 2 weeks from now just so you know, I don't want to say, hey, by like, you know, X date, because you could be watching this in November, December, January, February. So, I did for the next one though. I kind of just accepted that. But I want to show you. So you could say 2 weeks from now, you could put a date, but just don't get stuck on it. So my business has generated blank. So what's the goal? Here's another one. I have generated $10,000 in revenue by March 10th. Okay, so you need to be specific and you want a date on it. And so what is it for you? Let me give you some examples. Maybe you want to actually go ahead and land your first deal in the next week. Maybe you want to land it tomorrow. That's all possible if you write it down Then we build the 3 and the 5. It becomes real and possible. Okay. So, or maybe you want to grow to $3,000 a month because that's how much you make at your job and you want to quit your job. So what is it for you? Pause the video right now and write it out. Either write it on a pen and take a pen and paper, write it out, or you can go ahead and type it on your phone, write it in your computer somewhere where you can put it and refer back to it. Okay. If you don't have a system for referring back to things, I would say, like, let's figure it out. Let's build one. You can just, at a minimum, text yourself, and it'll show up in your text thread. So pause the video right now and write it out. Okay. You should be done writing now. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and move to the next part. So this is application part B. So this is where we take the medium-sized task and we break down the big goal into 3 tasks that will contribute to achieving it. So for example, the big goal is to launch a successful agency within 6 months. The 3D medium task could be choosing what services you want to offer your clients with the prices, picking a method of client acquisition, so what way you're actually going to go ahead and get customers, and then setting up your LLC and payment account on Stripe. So if you don't know what your 3 are, you can just use these 3 I've given you. But if you have some ideas, there's something you really need to do, maybe you need to clean up your room and create a desk in your office. Or maybe you got to organize the backdrop so when you're doing Zoom calls with prospects, that it looks professional. What is that for you? If you either know it, in your heart, you're like, okay, I know there's something I got to be doing, and I'm gonna put that in there. Or you don't know, you're new to this business, and you could just use these 3 I've given you. But pause the video right now, write out the 3. If you're gonna use the 3 I'm giving you, you can't just say, oh, well, they're already written down. You still have to write them down in your own version of it. So take it, write them out, pause it. It'll take you guys 2 minutes. Come on, let's go ahead and do it. I'll see you in 2 minutes. All right, welcome back. Now we're going to move into part C. Now, part C is about the small tasks. This is where we're taking 5 smaller tasks that support the medium-sized tasks. Now, here's a couple examples that I wrote up here. So one could be read all the way through the 5 24-hour agency resources. I made this slide recently, earlier today. I don't know why I put 5 there. There's 3. There might even be some bonuses, but read all the way through the 5 24-hour agency resources, okay? There's only 3 of them. Read through them. Maybe that's your thing. Second, customize the outreach script templates for your company. So there's outreach scripts in the Acquisition Accelerator resource. Maybe your thing is you're going to customize those today. See, these are all things so far. These 2 we've read are things that could be done in how long a period of time? 1 day. In fact, far less. Read all the way through. Maybe that takes you 45 minutes, an hour. It's short. There's 10 pages total, 15 pages. Customizing the outreach script should take you an hour. Okay, and then third, set up or optimize a LinkedIn profile to be professional for my agency. So maybe you set one up years ago because school required it or your job required it or something. Try to log into that same one. If you guys are going to go ahead and do that. The thing with LinkedIn is the longer a profile has been around, the better. It just looks, LinkedIn treats it better. So if you have a profile that's been around for a while, try to reactivate that one. If you don't, go start a new one and make it look professional. All right, number 4. By the way, as far as looking professional on LinkedIn, I do have videos on that in some of the other programs inside Agency Box. So I don't want to take too much time. Again, this is a 24-hour agency. We're trying to be efficient with time here. But there are, I have created content for that and how you can set it up professionally so that it looks good and is professional. All right, and then number 4 is conduct 25 actions of my chosen client acquisition method. So if you're sending emails, send 25 emails. If you're doing LinkedIn, you could do 25 connection requests or 25 messages. But again, these are just examples. You don't have to do this. And then number 5 here is speak to an Agency Box coach talk about next steps and how to scale your agency quickly. So these are just 5 things that you could do in a day, right? Like, what are 5 activities that you could do in a day? All these together, the one that would probably take the longest, depending on how quickly you read, is either the reading or the acquisition, 25 actions. But the thing is these 5 things, if you did these, imagine if you did these 5 things every single day, where you'd be in 12 months. This might only take, for some of you, and you don't have to read through every 5 days, but like, let's take the only thing you'd have to do every day is the 25 actions, and maybe speaking to a coach if you wanted someone to help guide you through the process. But 25 actions every day, if you did that for an entire year and didn't achieve your goals, let's talk. Come let me know. So just do it. So pause this video right now. You can choose some of these, all of these, or none of these, but choose your 5 and write those down. What are those application steps? Because we're going to go ahead and actually implement those. So write down 5 things that you could do. You don't have to do them today, but what are the 5 things you could do in a day that would move you towards those 3 from the previous section? Pause the video. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. And we're going to keep going here and talk about formula and action. So this formula equals activity action. By following this formula, you're going to stay focused and make consistent progress towards launching your agency. The big goal provides direction and focus. The medium-sized tasks ensure that you're making progress towards that goal. And the small tasks keep you productive in the moment and focused on what's most important. This approach can help you stay organized, prioritize your efforts, and ultimately achieve your goal of launching a successful digital marketing agency. So I've been talking about action a lot, and I just wanted to reinforce and note again here that the most important thing is that you are taking action. Take action, move towards a goal, and let's get results. Now, some of you might be wondering, well, okay, Dylan, I've been through this. I've learned now how I get customers, how I set up payments. I know about a little bit more about a digital agency. And you also showed me, Dylan, like what to sell clients, what kind of packages you offer. But how do I actually, what do I do when a client says yes? I take their money and then like I don't know how to run ads. I don't know how to do content creation. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. And the reason why this is the last thing is because this is the last thing. Like, if I sat here and taught you how to run Facebook ads, we could be here for a month. And since this is the 24-hour agency, it's how can we get you guys up and rolling as quickly as possible? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you the 2.5, 3-minute version of like, once a client signs up, what you do next. Like, how can you actually fulfill the client work, even if you have 0 technical experience? Even if you've never done anything in the social media and marketing digital world before. And so, number 1, I'm going to give you an overview of the process of delivering the services promised. So like, once they buy your package, whether it's a $3,000 package or a $30,000 package, I'll go ahead and give you the system on delivering that. And then I'm also going to give you a few tips on how to manage client expectations and deliver high quality work that you can be proud of standing behind, and that your clients want to come back to you over and over and over again to work with you and continue to work with you, because you want your clients to have a good experience so they keep coming back to you month over month over month. Because what is really amazing about this business isn't when a client pays you $3,000 for a one-time project, or pays you $2,000 a month for two months. It's when they pay you $2,000, $10,000, $5,000, $20,000, $50,000. When they pay you month over month over month for years. That $2,000 client turns into a $24,000 client 1 year, a $48,000 client over 2 years, and so on and so forth. And so if you can imagine you stack a $2,000 per month client. Doesn't sound like much, but what if you stacked 4 of those? you're at almost $100,000. And so that's the goal. So we want to make our clients happy. So someone's interested, now what? You don't want to wait until someone's ready to buy from you to figure this stuff out. You need to figure this out ahead of time so that you can deliver a 7-star experience. The goal is, let's delight our customers. Let's give them that Ritz-Carlton, the Rolls-Royce experience. So I'm going to give you some options on how you can deliver services for your clients. Now, in some cases, you might be able to do some things yourself. Maybe you're selling some photography services, like content. You're going to go into the restaurant and take some photos of the food. And you have your a nice camera. You can take pictures. And even phones these days have amazing cameras where you could take amazing photos with just a phone. So maybe you want to take content. That's one of the services you're delivering on. Awesome. But let's say, or maybe there's something else you know how to do. Maybe you came from a background in web design, and so you actually know how to build websites, but you don't know how to do social media content or ads or SEO or any other stuff. So whether you know how to do one thing, two things, or a few things, or you literally have no experience and don't even know how to do any of it, I'm going to give you a couple options on what you can actually do to be able to deliver to your clients without having to worry about it yourself. So I'm going to give you 3 options here. So number 1 is you can hire a freelancer. So a freelancer is someone who is almost like a contractor. They're someone who doesn't work for you full time, but is available for hire. So you can pay a freelancer on a per project basis. Let's say, for example, there's someone who's going to, make a website for you or make some social media content. You can negotiate with them and pay them $100 or $200 or $300 for the project. And then you go sell it to the client for $1,000, or it's part of a larger package. And so what you can do is you can actually hire a freelancer, someone who works, they're just basically someone who works for themselves and does work on the side. And there's websites where you can actually find freelancers on. Simplest one is freelancer.com. And you can actually go on there and you can make a posting and say, hey, I'm looking for a website designer or a social media manager, whatever it is you're looking for. And you can actually have that person, you can actually hire that person and negotiate a price. Oftentimes you'll find the best prices are people who are overseas in international countries that's not US or Canada or anything like that. And so you can find people who can work for less expensive by North American standards, but it's a totally livable and healthy income for other people. So that's one thing you can do. Now the downside of it is you don't necessarily know the quality of work. Even if someone sends you past examples of their work, you don't know, you don't even know if it's their work. They could have just found, let's say websites, for example, they could have just found some random websites or social media content. They could have just said it's their work and it's not, or graphic design. They could have just claimed it's theirs. And so without that relationship there, you have no way of really knowing and trusting if it's actually their work. So that's one thing, that one potential downside. The other downside is you don't know if you can actually trust them. Heaven forbid, one of the worst things that could happen is you hire a freelancer, you negotiate, you spend this time, you work with them, and then you get the client connected with them. What if the freelancer went to the client who you spent all this time closing and building a relationship with, and the freelancer goes, oh, by the way, I'm a freelancer for hire. Next time you want something for cheaper, contact me. And so that can become problematic if there's communication between the freelancer and the client. And even if there isn't, the freelancer is likely going to know information about the client, where they could, if they know the website, they could go reach out to the client directly. So it's kind of scary, and it could put you into a vulnerable spot. So it's an option, but it's not necessarily the best option. Well, what else can you do? Well, second here is you could find a business partner to do the technical work. So let's say you're really good you want to run the business, you're really good at managing people and relationships and processes, and you want to be like the business owner. Well, you could go out and find someone who could do the technical work. I know that a lot of people have connected on Facebook and other social media platforms where they found someone, they're part of communities, and they found someone who has a complementary skill set to what they offer. And you could do that. Now, downside of that is, again, you don't know necessarily the quality of work unless you have known them for some time. But more importantly, in a much worse case, is you actually have to either pay them or give up a sizable amount of equity of your company. And while it's nice to have people to work with you, it's much nicer to not have to give up half the company or a good portion of it, because you're putting time in, you're sacrificing, you're investing, you're growing this thing, and you don't know if you sign an agreement, this person owns half the company. What if 6 months from now, they're not putting the work in, but you're putting work in, you're working your butt off, and they're not doing the same thing? Well, now you're in a tough spot. So yeah, while that's an option, I don't know if it's necessarily the best option, but again, those are two options. And then the third option here is you can actually go ahead and partner with an expert team and their team. And so the idea here is you're kind of taking the best of both freelancing and partnerships, where you have the trust of a partner, that someone you can build a relationship with, communicate with, brainstorm ideas with, but you also have the flexibility of a freelancer, where you're not locked into giving up equity. You're not actually committing to anything, because it's kind of pay per project. And if you can find the right partner and the right team, you can actually really scale up quickly. In some cases, you might even be able to borrow the expert team's case studies, results, testimonials, and pitch decks. Imagine for a second, like, if you were able to negotiate a deal to partner with me, if you were able to partner with me at my agency, and you're able to get on calls with me, talk with my team, brainstorm ideas, discuss how to scale your agency. And then once a client says yes, my team actually gets on a call with them and fulfills the work on your behalf, where the client just thinks they're part of your team. We do all the work, you get all the praise. Wouldn't that be a cool system? Taking it one step further, wouldn't it be cool if I said, hey, I'll actually go ahead and give you the 5-6 years of testimonials, pitch decks, case studies, brochures, and all the resources I have. So if a client came to you and said, hey, do you have proof that this works? You could actually take one of my case studies I've built over the last 6 years and just use it for yourself. Wouldn't that be cool? And so I think that the ideal here is like finding a partner that you can actually partner up with, where you can leverage their team, their experience, their expertise to get results. And so that is what Agency Box does. I created Agency Box because I knew that there was an opportunity for agencies to get some support and some help. And, this was created because I knew that there was a system that had to be created as a done-for-you expert partner. So Agency Box can be that partner. And it's, you do have the opportunity to partner with Agency Box and pass off your fulfillment. I'll show you what that looks like in a little bit here. But basically, we could set up a structure where you get to work closely with me and my team, leverage our results, leverage our case studies, leverage our past experience, and go and get clients yourself and build the business without having to worry about the fulfillment or hiring employees or anything like that. And get to a position, build the position where you end up with around 50% of the profit or the deal. So let's say you went out and sold a deal for $1,000, you get to keep 500. And then we'd take the 500 and go do all the work. Or if it's a $5,000 deal, you keep 2,500 every month after month in your bank account, whether, you don't even have to work because Agency Box does the work. So here's what that looks like. You have an expert team at your fingertips, and there's no need to search for a freelancer or hire employees, because you actually get to tap into an 8-figure team that's at your fingertips around the clock. You get to log into our dashboard, see all the projects that we're working on at a glance, and know exactly where things are at, how much money you made on the deal, and see everything that's being done for you. Also in Agency Box, you have the ability to have instant scale. The self-service portal allows you to scale as fast as you want. You can track all your deals, you log in, and if you want to start closing deals tomorrow, you don't have to worry about building the systems and processes because we've done it for you. The Agency Box platform, the software, we have the services for you to actually go in and buy. We have low-ticket services that you can sell for as low as a few $100, all the way to high-ticket services like press, where we get people featured in some of the top publications. We get people on podcasts. We have some really high-end and unique services that allow you and some of our other partners to sell packages for tens of thousands of dollars. So instead of trying to think like, how can I sell a package for tens of thousands of dollars, meaning you, how can you sell a package for that? You can actually just go ahead and tap into our services, our proven processes and services, and have your own package that's worth that much. It really helps create this like passive income because you're growing the business. You're a business owner. You're not in the business. You're not just going out and getting another job. You get to become a business owner and you get to hand off the hard day-to-day work on the back end, the fulfillment to us. And with that said, it gives you the ability to really grow. Now, Agency Box, we actually have the services I mentioned, right? High ticket, low ticket, and all in between. And those services are done for you. On top of that, we also have done for you systems where we actually help set up processes in your business to close deals with sales reps and getting you leads and book demos and stuff like that. So if you're interested, I'd love to be able to share more with you about that another time. But one thing we do have in Agency Box, which is self-service and could help you scale, is we have the ability for you to actually easily generate and contact leads. And so we have lead generation tools for you to find and contact thousands of leads with a click of a button. You can log into our portal here. If you're wondering, hey, how do I find people interested in my services? Log in here, put in your criteria. If you want to go by location, you just type in whatever location. You want to go by, size of the company, industry, whatever it is, you put that criteria in here. It's going to spit out all the results we have that match that criteria. And then all within the platform, you can just select the leads you want to email. Let's say you want to email 10,000 people. You can do that. You just select the 10,000 contacts with a couple clicks, and then you jump over here and you can actually send out an email to them with just a couple clicks of the button and contact all of those people. And so Agency Box, we created this system where we have the services for on the back end, the done for you services. And we have the lead generation and customer communication process as well for you to actually tap into and use. So if you're really looking to kind of put gasoline on the fire, that's something you have access to. So as you can see, there's a lot of ways for us to go ahead and work together. I'd love to be able to be there and actually help you scale up your business. Now, I've been doing this for over 3.5 years with Agency Box, and I've been running my agency myself for much longer. I work with over 4,500 people to help them build a business using this model. And because of that, I've helped people go from complete beginners to owning $1 million business. I've also worked with people who are pretty experienced or already established and help them scale to the next level. I've figured out what separates success in this business from those that are average or those that fail terribly. And I've broken it down to a science. So with that, I want to present to you right here the fast track plan for action takers. What this looks like, this is the fast track plan for action takers who want to really go ahead and focus on this business and take this business and turn it into something that's real. This is the simple plan to get you on the fast track and scale up your digital marketing agency. So let me show you what this looks like. So first, I'm going to actually go ahead and give you unlimited reseller rights on client services. So the fulfillment that we've done, my 8-figure team inside Agency Box, you have access to resell it. Instantly, you can actually jump into our portal and resell high quality services. So it's stuff like paid ads, search engine optimization, Google ranking, social media growth, social media management, and more. We have a ton of services in there for you to actually go ahead and resell. So what that means is you can go and talk with a client, and once a client wants to work with you, rather than you having to figure out how to do the work yourself, you can just use us at Agency Box to do the work for you. And what that looks like is maybe you do know how to do something. Maybe you know how to build websites or run ads. But with this, you can unlock all these additional services that you didn't have before done by my 8-figure team. Now, with roughly 50% profit on the services you sell, you get to have an experienced multi-million-dollar agency at your fingertips. Our self-serve fulfillment center is inside the portal, and you can start making profits and selling deals instantly. Okay? Now, on its own, we sell this access for about $3,900. And so as part of the fast track plan, I'm actually going to go ahead and include access to this fulfillment center for you to have unlimited reseller rights on these services. I'm also going to go ahead and give you weekly coaching and support. I know that it takes a lot of energy, time, and effort to build up a successful business. And for that, I don't want you to be alone. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and give you access to a weekly call with my team. The way this works, if you've got questions at any time about the services, how things work, you're actually going to go ahead and have a live Q&A call with my team, my fulfillment team, and you can actually learn about the services, ask some questions, and really understand and get a grasp on what you're selling. Now, on an ongoing basis, that costs about $1,900 for the year, about $2,000 for the year for access to that. And I'm going to go ahead and give you access to that as well for the fast track plan. I'm also going to go ahead and give you my vault of scripts, templates, and contracts. Now, over the last 5-6 years in doing this business, I've built up a lot of resources. I've learned exactly what to say, how to say things, and how to propose things that make it incredibly easy to actually build this business. It's a system where when I talk with clients, I have the entire process down to a science on what to say, when to say it, how to say it, that gets people to say yes. And so I'm actually going to go ahead and also include that as part of this deal as well. I've also got contracts. So once you actually close a deal, you want to make sure that you're protected and the client signs off on some kind of contract. I spent a fortune having my legal team actually create this contract for my agency. And so I'm going to go ahead and give that to you as part of this as well. I sell that access to just those resources on its own for $1,000. In addition to that, I'm going to give you my simple proof resources. One of the big problems when starting out, especially with being brand new, is people come and say, hey, does this work? Do you have proof? Can you show me that this actually is what you say it is? And so when you're talking with clients, for me, I had to build all that stuff. I had to send case studies. I had to make these proposals. I had to do all this stuff. But for you, you don't have to do that because instantly you're going to get access to my case studies that I've spent years building up and building the results from. I have them for dozens and dozens of industries: gyms, chiropractors, dentists, doctors, attorneys, financial companies. And so the way this works is these are just the cover pages for the different case studies. Inside each one of these, it actually shows the exact results that someone would get for working with us. And so for you, when you're going out talking to clients, and let's say you're talking to a dentist, they say, hey, show me this works. You can send them the case study. In fact, there's a question a lot of times people will ask you, say, hey, can you do this for dentists? And there's one answer. A lot of people say, yeah, I can. But a much more powerful answer is, yes, I have. In the past, here's proof and here's results you could expect. Now, not just not just case studies, but you also get brochures and presentations. So if you're on a call with a client, you can literally screen share the presentations that I built and break down the entire process and what's included inside the service packages. And that also includes, again, dozens of industries. This isn't like, hey, you get 2 or 3 case studies. You're getting them for all sorts of industries, dozens and dozens of case studies for different services, all the services we provide. On top of that, I actually went ahead and had whiteboard videos, explainer videos created. So what this means is that these are about 90 seconds each. And so you can take these videos and within 90 seconds, it explains what the service is, how it works, why it's beneficial, and it's huge value. So these are fully, by being a part of this fast track plan, you get full license access to use these. So you can put them on your website, you can send them to clients, and can use them however you want. My logo is nowhere on them. They're completely white labeled for you to actually go out and use. And there's a lot more. So I'm not going to bore you with the details, but there are many, many more resources that you have access to. If you were to just come in and say, hey, I want access to these, we don't actually sell them on your own. But for this demonstration, I wanted to go ahead and give a price point. If you offered me $500, I probably wouldn't even give it to you. But at minimum, they'd be worth at least $500 to buy access to these resources and be able to use them. Now, in addition to these 4 items, I'm also going to go ahead and give you access to my quick start guide for getting clients. So earlier on in these videos here, I broke down and showed you my 2 ways to get clients, right? LinkedIn and email outreach. Well, I wrote a book called The 12 Ways to Get Clients, and I'm actually going to go ahead and give you this book and show you the 12 ways for you to actually go out and get clients in this business. I've sold that for $297, but just think, like, if you got even just 1 client using those strategies in that book, that alone would be worth it. And one more item here is I'm actually going to go ahead and give you on-demand access to lessons and videos, and we have an ongoing updated video vault. So once you log into the portal, you'll actually see lessons right here. I'm going to go ahead and give you access to some lessons, talk about everything from starting the agency, building the business, getting clients. We go into detail, much more detail than this 24-hour agency program. It's basically this, but like the enhanced version. So you don't have to watch through all of it, but if you're someone who wants to learn and get a lot of detail, there's hours and hours and hours of content in there. I think over 60 hours of content. And the way it works is you can actually just log in there, tap into a section you want to learn about. Let's say I want to learn how to get clients. You just go into that section and you'll see the videos about that. Or let's say hey, I want to learn how to do a sales presentation. You can do that. Or you can learn about how to send contracts and do follow-up. So you basically just use it like on demand when you need it, when you want to learn something. You jump into the section you want to learn about and you can watch those videos. That is obviously varies in price point and it's always ongoing. You're getting new videos updated in there over time. So getting access to that vault is incredibly valuable. So if we take a look at what we've kind of just covered here, this is the Agency Box Fast Track Plan. And you're probably looking at this like, oh, Dylan, like $4,000 for the reseller rights, $2,000 for the coaching and support, on and on and on. Like there's a lot of value here, right? In fact, over $7,785 in value. And so as part of this again is the Fast Track Plan. Everything we're doing here is helping you accelerate the business quickly and easily. And so as part of this, I'm going to give you 12-month access to everything that's in this Fast Track Plan. Now, while there is over $7,000 worth of value here, and individually I've sold access to these things for this much and more, I wanted to go ahead and give you guys an opportunity to get involved in a way that just makes sense, a way for you guys to really take this and get going as quickly as possible. I wanted to give you guys easy access to get into our portal, start selling, start getting clients, and start getting results. And so I know for many of you, $7,785 isn't realistic. So I wanted to make something that you could say yes to right away. And so for $19.97, 12 months of access to everything here, I thought this would be a pretty good deal for you guys to go ahead and get started and get using the platform, start scaling your business, getting results. Again, as soon as today, you could be inside the platform. If you are someone who takes action, you want to be on the fast track, you can get into the portal. You could literally be processing deals, making money today. And so I figured that $1,997 and 12-month access would be a pretty great opportunity for you guys. So while that's a great price point and I think would be able to help you guys take action and scale up right away, I wanted to do something even more special. I wanted to give you access for half that. $997 to get access to all of these items I just discussed. At this price point, this is something that I don't think there's many people on this planet who couldn't figure out a way to make this happen, especially when it comes to taking your business, your life to the next level. You have the ability to tap into an 8-figure agency system. I built this over the last 6 years, worked with over 4,500 people, and you're getting to tap into that for under $1,000. So if that's something you want to do and take advantage of, there should be a link on this page for you to go ahead and take advantage of this fast track plan. You will get an email instantly with access to actually log into the portal and start downloading resources, closing deals, seeing the whiteboard videos, processing deals right away. Okay, so if you want to take action on that, click that link. Now, I did want to throw in a couple bonuses. So the way this works is I'm going to leave up this access $997 for you in the portal. Now we can actually see when you watch this video and then when you actually took action into the program, into this fast track plan. So for anyone that actually takes action today within 3 to 4 hours, I think the hard limit is midnight. So if you're watching this at 2 a.m., you got until midnight this day. But if you're watching this in the evening, you have until midnight today for you. And I'm actually going to go ahead and give you a couple bonuses. So bonus number 1, I'm going to give you my easy scale software features. So inside the Agency Box portal, when you log in, you'll actually see a handful of softwares. Now, typically we charge for these softwares, but I want to go ahead and actually give you access to these as part of this deal. So there's the audit feature. We got an audit feature in there. You can see in the middle on the bottom of the screen, which is a way for you to just put in a client URL and it'll actually spit out a 10 to 15 page audit on their website presence, how well they're doing on social media, how good their website is, all that stuff. And so rather than you having to like do a free audit yourself, you can take that and actually share it with the client. There's also a business search. You can find clients inside with this tool, see your revenue. You can project how much money you're going to make this month. You can actually use our deal analyzer. If you don't know what to sell a client, answer a couple questions and the deal analyzer will tell you what you can offer them. So that we sell for $97 a month, but I'm going to go ahead and give you access to that as part of this deal over the next 12 months. Bonus number 2. Again, if you take action by midnight tonight, I'm going to go ahead and give you access to our easy client management system. Inside the portal, there is a client management system that you can go through, see all your leads in there. The idea is like once you start getting a lot of clients and you're building your business, you're going to need a place to organize them. You don't want to just have spreadsheets and paper and this and that. You want an organized place to manage all your people. And so we're going to go ahead and give you access to the easy client management system inside the portal as well. We typically sell that for about $47 a month. I'm going to go ahead and throw that in as well. And then one last bonus here is the accountability community. It can be hard to challenge the norms and build a business that people don't really believe in you, especially when I got started. People around me, they didn't support me in my venture and my endeavors. They question what I'm doing. Dylan, go back to school, go do this, go do that. And so for us, we have an accountability community. You get access to this. There's hundreds of other agency owners in here, some doing 7-8 figures, others crushing a 6-figure level, other new agency owners. And so what you can do is tap into this accountability community, find a group of your peers, people who are either at your level. You can role play with them. You can jump in and actually engage with them. You can ask questions and engage with your peers. And then you can also learn from the coaches and the agency owners that are doing 6, 7, 8 figures inside this community. It's an amazing place. It's incredibly lively. People are in there all day, pretty much every day. There's some activity going on. And so I'm going to go ahead and give you access to this as well. On its own, we sell this for $247 a month for access to this. So that said, you can see with these bonuses are over $4,692 value. These bonuses alone for the next 12 months, that's $4,692 value. And if you look at everything combined, you add that to the value of the actual product here in the fast track plan, that's over $12,477 in value per year. And so I'm including all of this in the special deal today. Now, the total value you're getting is $12,477, but I wanted to give you one last fast action bonus for those of you that are watching this right now and you're serious and you want to actually make this happen. Well, what I'm going to do, again, you're only paying $997 for this deal, but instead of giving you guys 12-month access, if you take action now, I'm going to go ahead and grant you full unlimited access to everything I've covered here. So you don't have to pay again next year for these items. You're getting access to all this stuff, lifetime access, for $997 today. I thought that this is a no-brainer deal that gives you the ability to get access to it, start scaling up your business right away. So just to recap, you're going to go ahead and get unlimited reseller rights on client services. You're going to get weekly coaching and support. You get access to my vault of scripts, templates, and contracts. You've also got the simple proof resources, case studies, brochures, pitch decks, and all that stuff. I'm going to give you the quick start guide to getting clients, the on-demand and updated video vault, and the 3 bonuses with the easy scale software features, easy client management system, and the accountability community. All for $997 for lifetime access. So there should be a link on this page for you to actually go ahead and purchase this and jump into this program. Now is the time. So if this video spoke to you in some way, take action. If you've been sitting on the sidelines for some time now, wanting to jump in, but haven't had the right opportunity, take action. If you've made excuses in the past because the timing isn't right or you'll do it tomorrow, take action. The timing will never be perfect, so the best time to act is now. If you've got questions, or maybe you're not quite ready just yet, then you can actually, there should be a link on this page for you to schedule a time to talk with my team, get some of your last questions answered, and see if the fast track plan is the right fit. Now, I can't promise that we'll be able to include the bonuses if you chat with my team, so I'd say do this. Go ahead, jump in, take advantage of this $997. It'll include all the bonuses I covered and lifetime access to this program. And then if you still have questions, you can use that link to book a time with my team, or I'll see you on the weekly group coaching calls. Now, remember, action equals results. When in doubt, just do something to move yourself forward. Don't stop. Keep going. Push yourself to the next level. The fact that you made it through this program to this video right here shows that you have what it takes to start and finish something through to completion. I hope this program has been valuable to you so far, and I would love to participate in your furthered success. Your friend, Dylan Vanis.